on ESPN2, Big 12 Media Days, live from Frisco, Texas. And what a year for the Colorado Buffaloes a year ago. 9-4, 7-2 in year 2 of Coach Prime, all the way down to the end of the season. They were playing for a Big 12 championship, tied for first in the conference. They produced the Heisman Trophy winner in Travis Hunter. Shedeur Sanders has also been retired at the stadium as we welcome in Coach Prime, head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you all.
It's football season. It's talking season. We're getting close. I just revisited last year. For what you're trying to do at Colorado, how big was that step?
Awesome. I mean, it gave everyone the momentum and not just courage, but the thought and the belief that we can do this. We can do this. We're not too far away. So you just add pieces, you add players, you add consistency, you add guys that really love the darn game. And the coaching staff is phenomenal. You add something to that as well as Marshall Faulk and some of the other guys who are trying to lock down Byron Leftwich and Max Zimmer trying to get their butts going. But we love it, man, and the kids love it.
Yeah, we were there doing your spring game. Warren Sapp's out there. He's got a big chaw in his mouth. He's just talking ball and loves it. I mean, it really is a special place to be to see what kind of culture you're trying to build.
The atmosphere is phenomenal. The kids love it. And especially the five that we brought here, they're pretty much team leaders, even being a freshman like Julian Lewis, like Juju, he's going to be the guy. He's going to be that guy one day, so I wanted him to experience this early. So when we put him in under those lights, he's not enamored. He's not looking around like he's crazy. He understands it is what it is.
When I mentioned those two guys, Travis and Shedeur, they're obviously on. They were a big staple of your coaching career to this point. Big shoes to fill. I guess you're not trying to have players fill those shoes, but those are big departures.
Nobody can fill those shoes.
So how does it get done to replace leadership and production from those guys?
They were great players. We have a better team. It's the difference between great players and a great team. We have a better team, but we can never replace those type players. It may take 3 players on offense to replace a Travis Hunter. It may take 2 players to replace a Shedeur Sanders, and that's what we brought here. So we feel like we have a better defense for sure, a better offense, more understanding of the schemes collectively, offensively and defensively, because each coach there in their second year in the schemes now.
I look at the progress that was made last year, Coach, and it was amazing. I mean, along the offensive line, defensively better on all 3 levels. The progress that Shedeur made even from year 1 to year 2. How can that sustain that level of excellence and toughness that you guys established in the culture that was created from year 1 to year 2?
Well, the thing about the culture is tremendous that you said that, because these guys understand there's a standard. And when you have coaches that have come from that level, you understand anything else is uncivilized. We understand this is the level and this is the standard, and it's going to be that. Defensively, man, what we brought in up front on the outside to rush the pass to the linebackers in the secondary is phenomenal. DJ McKinney's here. I think he's on everyone's list right now as one of the dogs coming out of the season. It's going to be special because I'm going to reiterate this. This is the second year they're in Rob Livingston's defense. And Pat Sherman, pretty much his second year, like 2.5. Offensively, with what we brought in, we should be a much fine-tuned running game, because some of the linemen are straight killers that we brought in. We brought some dogs. We got to run the football. We can't depend on Shedeur to pull off a miracle. You know, we got to run the football, and that's what we plan on doing.
Coach, I want to talk about one of those players you just mentioned about the offense throughout the offseason. But you're right, that defense last year really turned a corner, and they were elite at times. I want to talk about DJ McKinney. What makes him so special?
He's long, rangy, practices with attitude. I called him the other day. I say, I'm seeing your name everywhere, my man. Well, does that mean you're good? That mean you have arrived? What does that mean? He said, Coach, I'm working. That's what I wanted to hear. So this kid works his butt off to be that guy, and he's seen what that guy looks like. Over on the other side last year, it was that guy. He understands how that guy's practice, how that guy prepares, how that guy treats his body, how that guy makes sure he don't put nothing immune in his body, how that guy understands the game and how he prepares. So he's seen that, and he wants to emulate and imitate that guy.
You've had a lot of roster turnover from day 1 to today. You've been honest about it. We talk about it. What does it take when you're telling players, and your coaching staff's telling players that you're going to be part of our program, here's what it takes? What are you telling them?
Smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character. We want guys that are smart, tough, because we're old school. We ain't getting ready to baby you. No, it's okay. We don't do that. We get in your butt. We own it. Smart, tough, fast. To retain everything fast. To understand, we move at a tremendous pace. We don't have time to babysit you and rockabye baby you if you're not learning expeditiously. Smart, tough, fast, discipline. And that's what we need. I think we were one of the most penalized teams in the Big 12. I think we were the most penalized team in the Big 12 last season. We can't do that anymore. We got to be disciplined, but that starts off the field. That starts in getting to the cafeteria on time. That starts not missing treatments. That starts with those little things, and we got to be a stickler on those little things, and we have been. When you have a break and they come back after that break, and it's usually a couple guys late, we haven't had that. And we had a strength and conditioning team. We haven't had one pulled hamstring in summer A.
Wow.
Yeah, or the spring. So we loving it. We're loving how those guys are training. It's old school now. It ain't about, these computers and what they're doing. Man, run. Run these stadiums. Let's run these hundreds. Let's go with these 110s. That's the kind of team we have right now.
You know what's amazing? So many people talk about how you've really modernized the game, your approach, the social media, the interaction with the players, and everyone acknowledges that. But every time I listen to you, I really do hear a lot of Bobby Bowden. I hear a lot of, hey, we're going to do what we do. There's a culture of accountability. I'm going to hold you accountable. You would think that you're a player's coach. It feels like you are, but you're the perfect blend of a player's coach, but you're also expecting so much from the guys. How do you balance that message?
Well, the thing about it, these guys know I did it. And it's different when you're coaching and they know you were once there. It is different when they know not only you were a coach, but you're also a parent. So you can speak to the parents, you can speak to the coaches, you speak to the kids on a certain level because you wore all three hats. And it's easy to have communication. Like I told the story about Jordan calling me about getting his hair braided. I mean, me and my kids on the team, we talk about everything. And I got nicknames for a plethora of them because I can't remember all their names. It's 105. But I love these kids. I love these young men. And I just don't want them to be professional athletes, man. I want them to be professionals. And that's the thing. But there's accountability. And there's a want, and there's need. I didn't make it to where I made it if I didn't work. And every once in a while, I remind them of how much work was put in to be that type of guy.
Coach, I want to talk about Boulder, Colorado. I think for the fans at home who maybe haven't experienced it on game day, I think it's one of the best venues in college football, and especially the way you have it rocking right now.
It's unbelievable, man.
Explain to them what makes Boulder so special.
First of all, the site, in that stadium like a bowl, and you're looking at the mountains and you're seeing the mountains, and it's so darn beautiful, and the temperature is wonderful. The kids, they're rowdy, and around the second quarter they start feeling good. You start smelling some stuff that you should be smelling. So the second quarter, like time out, but they're living their life, like they want to live it. But Boulder, Colorado is unbelievable. When I called Coach Hart, my linebacker coach, because we've been together from youth on up, and I said, we're going to Colorado when we were in Jackson. He's like, what? I say, we're going to Colorado. That's what God said, we're going to Colorado. And he didn't understand until we got there.
Yeah.
And once we got there and you see it and you experience the people and the city and the culture there, it's unbelievable, man.
I agree.
I love Boulder, Colorado.
How different will it be for you this year for the first time in your head coaching career not to have Shador right there, Travis, who was like a son to you, Shiloh? Yeah. How different that going to be for you?
You know what? I've thought about it tremendously. I'm going to love it. Sometimes I'm going to sit down and think about it. But now I only have to be a coach. I don't have to be the coach and the dad.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, when you're the coach and the dad, you trying to make sure you watch the defense, make sure you watch the offense, but you want to watch your kids as well. I don't have to have that dilemma. Now I could just pour into everything I got, into all these young men. Don't think for 1 minute that several of them don't think they're my sons. Like some of them really do feel like I birthed them, like they're my kids, and I love it. But it's going to be easier if you understand what I'm saying, because I don't have to.
That parental pull is no longer there.
You don't have to look at it that way. You don't have to look at it no more. Like, I don't have to look out no more.
I want to get you out of here with this one. We just talked about it on the coaches panel, and you were candid about it during your press conference. The Big 12 needs to be nationally recognized as one of the best conferences in the country.
Sure.
You guys get to open up with Georgia Tech and the ACC. You're only as good as your non-conference game. So how pivotal is that for you to begin against an ACC team?
It's good, but let's not hang our hat on the first game now. I've seen a lot of teams that not do well in the first week and they get it out of the way. They get the bull junk out of the way, then they roll. But we plan on rolling from the beginning. Like, they're coming to our house, they're coming to our altitude, they're coming to our city. So we like our chances. But they're well coached. They're a good team, fundamentally sound. They're gonna run RPOs. They're gonna do their thing. They're gonna run the football, throw the football as well. We will be prepared. I promise you that, and we will be disciplined. I promise you that. But I look so forward to this season, and I think I'm going to go on record saying whoever wins the Big 12 is probably going to lose 2 games.
Yeah.
You're probably going to lose 2 games.
10-2 is a heck of a year.
I think whoever wins the Big 12 is probably going to lose 2 games. And it's going to go down to the end. It's going to go down to like it was last season. When you're watching the TV, I was so mad. Our players calling me, Coach, you're watching the Houston. Why would I be watching Houston? I apologize, Houston. But you know what time it was. We open Houston wins. Right. At a time like that, man, come on. Man, I apologize, Houston. I truly do. But we were watching Houston praying that they win so we could get in. That was crazy.
Well, we've been talking about it. We appreciate it. We talked about it today. We are so excited to see Coach Prime 2.0 with what you're building at Colorado now that you've got a full foundation underneath you. Gracious with your time, gracious with the media. Thanks for making time.
Can you do me a favor? I need one favor from you.
You got it.
Because when I'm watching television at night and I fall asleep and I wake up and I see you and I hear your voice talking about, we're going to, what you say, what's your theme that you always say? Because you're going to go with the program.
Yeah.
What do you say?
We're talking about the program?
The program or the helmet stickers?
The helmet sticker?
No, not the helmet sticker. You're doing a game, but you're expediting the game.
I got it. You ready?
Yeah, give it to me.
I'm Matt Barrie from ESPN College Football. I hope you're enjoying the experience, but due to time constraints, we move ahead of our
It took him 6 takes last time. He did 1 take this time.
I can do it right now. And due to our time constraints, Deion Sanders, he's out of here. We appreciate it,
you, man.
Candy, it's going to be another fun year. Good seeing you, man.